Welcome to World Unveiled, your portal to tales woven from the threads of dreams and whispers of the night. As the stars twinkle above, and the moon casts its silvery glow, we embark on a journey through realms untold. Here, in your sanctuary of stories and serenity, let the worries of the world melt away. Find your most comfortable retreat. Let your eyes gently close and breathe in the calm of the encroaching twilight. Tonight, as you drift on the tides of imagination, we're exploring childhood realms and meet characters as vivid as the dreams they inhabit. So, dear listener, prepare to have your spirit gently lifted to a place where reality blends with fantasy in the world unveiled. Reflections in Solitude. After his journey through the historical ruins, Tenzin found himself venturing into a region of dense forests and high, secluded mountains. This new landscape, with its serene and untouched beauty, offered him a sanctuary for solitude and deep reflection. It was here, amidst the whispering trees and towering peaks, that Tenzin began the next phase of his journey, a phase of introspection and contemplation. The forest was a world unto itself, a place where time seemed to slow down, allowing Tenzin to delve deeper into his thoughts. The canopy above shielded him from the outside world, creating a space of tranquility and isolation. As he walked through the forest, Tenzin's mind turned to the nature of solitude. He reflected on how solitude was different from loneliness. It was a choice, a state of being that allowed for a deeper connection with oneself and the universe. In the silence of the forest, Tenzin found the solitude he sought, a peacefulness that was both rejuvenating and enlightening. One day, while exploring a particularly remote part of the forest, Tenzin came across a clean mountain stream. The water was crisp and pure, flowing gently over rocks and pebbles. He decided to follow the stream, letting it guide him through the heart of the forest. Finding the stream became a meditative practice for Tenzin. He focused on the sound of the water, the rhythm of his steps, and the breath that flowed through him. The simple act of walking and being present to the moment brought a profound sense of clarity and calm. As he journeyed alongside the stream, Tenzin contemplated the lessons he had learned sights from the villagers and nomads, the traders and the monks. Each experience had contributed to his understanding of life, enriching his perspective and deepening his wisdom. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in orange and purple, Tenzin found a serene spot by the steep camp. The silence at the forest, at dusk, the rustling of leaves, and the gentle flow of water created a symphony that soothed his soul. Sitting by the fire, Tenzin reflected on the nature of his spiritual journey. He realized that his quest was not just about seeking enlightenment in the traditional sense, but about experiencing and understanding the depth of life. Each step, each encounter was a part of his spiritual evolution, a journey not just towards enlightenment, but towards a further deeper understandings. At night, under the starlit sky, Tenzin felt a deep connection with the universe. The solitude of the forest had brought him closer to the essence of his being, stripping away the distractions of the external world and revealing the core of his constituent. As he fell asleep to the lullaby of the forest, Tenzin felt grateful for the solitude that it provided him with the space to reflect and grow. He was ready to continue his journey, embracing the solitude as a valuable companion on his quest for understanding and enlightenment. With the dawn, Tenzin continued his journey through the dense forest, the early morning light casting a gentle glow through the trees. The solitude of the forest offered him a profound sense of peace, a sanctuary where he could delve deeper into his spiritual exploration. As he walked, Tenzin, his thoughts turned to the concept of mindfulness. He reflected on how the practice of mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, had been a cornerstone of his monastic training. Now, in the solitude of the forest, he found this practice taking on new depths. He became acutely aware of his surroundings, the feel of the earth beneath his feet, the sound of birds in the canopy, the sudden changes in the air. This heightened awareness brought a new level of appreciation for the natural world and his place within it. Tenzin understood that mindfulness was not just a meditative practice, but a way of living, a means to experience life in its fullest. One day, while resting under a large oak tree, Tenzin contemplated the nature of his thoughts and emotions. He observed how they flow through his mind, like the stream he had followed days before. This observation led him to a deeper understanding of the impermanence of mental phenomena. He saw that thoughts and emotions, like everything else in life, were transient, coming and going. This insight brought a sense of liberation. Tenzin realized that he did not have to be attached to or defined by his thoughts and emotions. He could observe them, learn from them, and let them go. This detachment was not a form of escapism, but a way to engage with life more fully, free from the constraints of unexamined mental patterns. As it journeyed deeper into the forest, Tenzin discovered a small, secluded lake. The lake was a mirror, reflecting the sky and the surrounding trees. Tenzin spent hours by the lake, meditating on its stillness and the reflections it cast. The lake became a metaphor for the mind, a reflective surface that could be calm and clear, over a true representation of reality. One evening by the lake, as Tenzin watched the sunset, he reflected on the journey of his life. He thought about his childhood in the village, his time in the monastery, and the various phases of his pilgrimage. Each phase had brought its challenges and lessons, shaping him into the person he was now. Night under a blanket of stars, Tenzin felt a profound connection to his past, present, and future. He understood that his life was a journey of continuous transformation, each moment an opportunity for growth and learning. The solitude of the forest and the reflections by the lake had provided Tenzin with valuable insights into the nature of his mind and existence. He felt a deeper sense of inner peace and clarity, a reaffirmation on his spiritual path. As he fell asleep, lulled by the gentle sounds of the forest, Tenzin felt grateful for the solitude that had facilitated such deep introspection. He was ready to continue his journey, carrying with him the lessons of mindfulness, impermanency, and the reflective nature of the man. In the heart of the forest, Tenzin found Northern Tuesdays, marked by the rising and setting of the sun and the flow of his own inner reflections. The isolation provided him with a profound opportunity to connect deeply with nature and his own inner self. One morning, while practicing yoga amidst the towering trees, Tenzin felt a deep sense of unity between body, mind, and spirit. The physical postures, combined with mindful breathing, brought a heightened sense of awareness and tranquility. He realized that his body was not just a physical entity, but a vessel for spiritual energy and understanding. This physical practice led Tenzin to contemplate the concept of the body in spiritual traditions, how it is both a limitation and a vehicle for enlightenment. He thought about how the body could be used to deepen spiritual understanding, to ground the mind, and to experience the present moment more fully. As Tenzin wandered through the forest, he came across various natural wonders, a hemming with wildflowers, the quiet cry of that Sintataitarang. These discoveries were moments of joy and wonder, reminding him of the beauty and mystery of the natural world. In these moments, Tenzin felt a profound gratitude for life in its myriad expressions. He saw that in autumn, how the trees provided oxygen, how the rivers nourished the land, how every creature played a role in the ecosystem. This realization deepened his sense of responsibility towards the environment and all living beings. One evening, while sitting by a campfire, Tenzin reflected on the concept of service and compassion. He thought about how his journey could be of service to others, how the insights and wisdom he gained could be shared. He understood that true compassion was about more than feeling empathy. It was about taking action, however small, to contribute to the well-being of others. This reflection led Tenzin to a deeper understanding of his purpose. His journey was not just about. He saw his path as part of a larger tapestry, where each individual's journey contributed. The solitude of the forest had provided Tenzin with the space to dive deep into his thoughts and feelings. It was a time of intense personal growth, a period where he could distill the essence of his experiences and insights. As Tenzin lay under the stars, he felt a renewed sense of clarity and determination. The journey of solitude was a crucial phase in his spiritual path, a time to consolidate his understanding and prepare for the next phase of his journey. He drifted off to sleep with a heart full of peace, knowing that the solitude had been a gift, an opportunity to deepen his connection with himself. The following days in the forest were a time of profound introspection for Tenzin. He delved deeper into his meditation practices, exploring various techniques that he had learned at the monastery, and new ones he had described as strengths. Each meditation session was an opportunity to explore the landscape of his mind, to confront his fears and doubts, and to cultivate a sense of inner peace and clarity. One particular practice, Tenzin found especially impactful was walking meditation. He would walk slowly and mindfully through the forest, fully aware of each step, each breath, and the sounds and sights around him. This practice helped him to cultivate a deep sense of presence and connection with the natural world. During these walks, Tenzin often pondered on the nature of existence and the universe. He contemplated the Buddhist teachings on emptiness, the idea that all phenomena are interdependent and lack inherent existence. This concept, once abstract and challenging, became more tangible and understandable in the solitude of the forest. He saw everything in nature, including himself, was interconnected, part of our vast and intricate web of life. One afternoon, while sitting by a serene pond, Tenzin experienced a moment of profound insight. As he watched the water, he saw his own reflection and realized that his identity, like the reflection, was fluid and ever-changing. This realization brought a sense of liberation. He understood that clinging to a fixed sense of self was the root of much suffering, and letting go of this attachment opened the door to true freedom and peace. Tenzin also spent time journaling, capturing his thoughts, experiences, and realizations. Writing became a form of meditation, a way to process and articulate the inner transformations he was experiencing. His journal was a record of his journey, a testament to the growth and understanding he was gaining each day. As the days passed, Tenzin felt a deepening sense of connection with the universe. He realized his journey was not just about self-discovery, it also about discovering his place in the cosmos. He felt a responsibility to contribute positively to the world, to share the wisdom and compassion he was cultivating. One evening, as he sat under the vast canopy of stars, Tenzin reflected on the concept of interdependence. He thought about how his actions, thoughts, and emotions were not isolated, but part of the larger fabric of existence. This understanding reinforced his commitment to live mindfully and compassionately, to be a force for good in the world. The solitude of the forest had been a transformative experience for Tenzin. It had provided him with the space to grow, to challenge himself, and to deepen his spiritual practice. He felt ready to continue his journey, to step back into the world with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity. As he prepared to leave the forest, Tenzin felt a profound sense of gratitude for the lessons he had learned. Solitude had been a crucial phase in his journey, a time of reflection that had prepared him for the next steps in his path. As Tenzin prepared to leave the forest, he took one last walk through its serene paths, absorbing in the tranquility and wisdom was offered. The time spent in solitude had not only deepened his spiritual understanding, but also strengthened his connection to the environment. He felt a renewed sense of reverence for nature and its intricate web of life. On his final evening in the forests, Tenzin climbed to a high ridge from where he could see the vast expanse of the forest stretching out before him. The view was breathtaking, a sea of green non-opposites under the setting sun. Sitting there, Tenzin meditated, reflecting on his journey thus far, and the path that lay ahead. In the silence of the ridge, Tenzin experienced a profound sense of unity with all existence. He realized that his journey was not a solitary endeavor, but part of a larger cosmic journey. Each step he had taken, each lesson he had learned, was interconnected with the journeys of others and the natural world. This realization brought a deeper understanding of the Buddhist concept of embodying the idea that all forms of life were interconnected, that balance existence of other. Tenzin saw how his own journey was linked to the lives of the people he had met, the creatures of the forest, and the environment itself. As night fell and the stars began to appear, Tenzin pondered on the nature of compassion and altruism. He thought about how his experiences and insights could be used to benefit others. True compassion, he realized, was about more than feeling empathy. It was actively working to alleviate suffering and contribute to the well-being. This thought led Tenzin to consider his role in the world. He understood that his spiritual journey was not just about personal enlightenment, but also about contributing to the greater good. He felt a sense of responsibility to share the wisdom he had gained and to act as a catalyst for positive change. At night, under the starlit sky, Tenzin set intentions for the next phase of his journey. He committed to be a source of compassion and wisdom, to living mindfully and to engaging with the world in a way that promoted understanding and harmony. As Tenzin descended from a ridge the next morning, he felt a deep sense of clarity and purpose. The solitude of the forest had been a time of profound growth and introspection. It had prepared him for the challenges and opportunities that lay ahead. With a heart full of gratitude for the blessings of the forest, Tenzin continued his journey, ready to earn when its cheats quake. Emerging from a forest, Tenzin found himself at the edge of a small village. The transition from the quiet of the forest to the bustling life of the village was a stark reminder of the varied experiences life offers. The village, with its thatched houses and winding streets, was a hub of activity, a stark contrast to the reflective solitude of the forest. As Tenzin walked through the village, he observed the daily life of its inhabitants. There were farmers returning from the fields, artisans at work in their shops, and children playing in open spaces. The simplicity and rhythm of village life were a testament to the resilience and adaptability of its people. Tenzin spent a few days in the village, engaging with the locals and learning about their customs and traditions. He helped in shared meals with families, and participated in their evening gatherings. These interactions were a source of joy and learning, providing Tenzin with insights into the diverse ways people find meaning and happiness in their lives. One evening, while sitting around a fire with some villagers, Tenzin shared stories of his travels and the lessons he had learned. The villagers listened with keen interest, their faces illuminated by the firelight. The exchange of stories was a reminder of the power of shared experiences and the common threads that connect all humanity. The time in the village also allowed Tenzin to reflect on the importance of community and interdependence. He saw how each member of the village played a vital role, contributing to the well-being of the whole. This observation reinforced his understanding of the intergone Kai, a theme that had been a constant throughout his journey. As Tenzin prepared to leave the village, he felt a deep sense of gratitude for the hospitality and wisdom he had received. The village had been a bridge between the solitude of the forest and the wider world, a place where he could integrate his inner reflections with external experiences. Concerning his journey, Tenzin carried with him the spirit of the village, a spirit of simple joy. He felt a renewed sense of purpose, understanding that his spiritual journey was not just about individual enlightenment, but also about contributing to the collective well-being. The lessons from the village were a crucial part of Tenzin's spiritual growth. They had shown him the value of community, the beauty of simplicity, and the importance of living in harmony with others. As he walked away from the village, Tenzin felt a sense of completeness. The reflections in solitude had been enriched by the experiences and interactions in the village, preparing him for the next phase of his journey. Leaving the village behind, Tenzin ventured into a landscape that gradually changed from rolling hills to a vast open plain. The openness of the terrain provided him with a sense of expansiveness, both physically and mentally. It was here in the vastness of the open plain that Tenzin had the opportunity to integrate the insights from his solitude in the forest with his experiences among the people in the village. As he walked, the sky above seemed endless, a vast canvas that reminded him of the limitless nature of the mind. The plain was a place of convergence where the lessons of solitude and community, introspection and interaction came together. Tenzin felt a deep sense of harmony, a realization that his journey was about balancing these elements. In the quiet of the open plain, Tenzin spent his days in deep meditation and contemplation. He revisited the teachings he had learned, he experienced undergone, and the transformations he had felt. This time of solitude was different from his earlier experiences in the forest. It was a period of synthesis, where he wove together the threads of his journey into a cohesive understanding. One clear night, as Tenzin gazed at the stars, he contemplated the journey ahead. He thought about the destinations yet to be explored, the people he would meet, and the experiences that awaited him. Each step of his journey had prepared him for the next. Each experience had been a building block in his spiritual growth. Tenzin realized that his journey was a never-ending process of learning and growing. The path to enlightenment was not a straight line, but a spiral, where each loop brought a deeper understanding and a closer connection to the truth. He understood that the journey itself was the goal, each moment an opportunity to live fully and mindfully. As dawn broke over the plain, Tenzin packed his belongings, ready to continue his journey. He felt a profound gratitude for the solitude that had allowed him to reflect and grow, for the people who had enriched his journey, and for the natural world that had been his teacher. Stepping forward into the new day, Tenzin carried with him the wisdom of the forest, the spirit of the village, and the emptiness of the plain. He was ready for the next phase of his journey, open to the experiences and lessons it would bring. With a heart full of peace and a mind open to the wonders of life, Tenzin continued his journey, walking the path of a seeker. A